Hello guys. Today I'm gonna be talking about I'm gonna talk about FSG. I'm mainly gonna be talking about them because I had enough of them, man. I had enough of them, right? I'm just gonna go to the kitchen for a second and I'm gonna talk about FSG and they got to go. In my opinion, they got to go, right? They got to go, and I'm gonna tell you why, and I'm gonna mention everything what they done wrong, right? And they're not backing the managers, right? Anyway, let's start with the Luis Suarez situation, right? We had Luis Suarez in 2013-14 season. He was absolutely unbelievable that season, right? Luis Suarez. And he scored 31 goals in the league. But we lost the title to Man City because our defense wasn't good enough. And we lost the title to Man City that season. After that, season after that, we sold Suarez for, was it 75 million pounds? We sold him. We sold him for 75 million pounds, was it? And we replaced them with pretty much average players, right? But did FSG actually did they actually back Brendan Rodgers? Did they actually put their hand in their pocket and spend the money? Did they really flipping put their hand in the pocket and flipping spend it and help Brendan Rodgers? No, they did not. They used the Suarez money to spend all the money, and that was it. I'm sorry. Not acceptable, man. I'm sorry. I'm not having that. Not having that. Right? Another thing, the ticket prices. Remember in 2016, at February 2016, right? They charged us, what was it, 77 million pounds or something like 77 million pounds, I think it was, right? They charge us that much money and we have to watch with that crap. And that was under Jurgen Klopp as well. That was under Jurgen Klopp, right? That was his very first season, right? The fans decide, you know what, frig this, I'm going to leave. I'm leaving. We are leaving. We leave in the state at I think it was the 77th minute they left. And their protest against the owners because they charged the ticket prices in 2016. I remember that we were playing at home against Sunderland. We were 2-0 up. Daniel Sturridge scored one and Sadio Mane scored one. And then I think Jermaine Defoe scored one for Sunderland. At the time, Jermaine Defoe played for Sunderland, right? And they equalised because the fans went out the stadium, right? And that was it. And they managed to nick 2 points from us, and it ended 2-2. I remember, and it was snowing as well. I remember that at that time. I remember, right? FSG apologized after that, right? They apologized that we should not charge the ticket prices in 2016. I remember some Irish Liverpool fan on Redmen TV. Go on to the Redmen TV channel, right? And I seen an Irish fan. He went absolutely mad. He flipping slated off the owners, right? And he criticized them. Absolutely disgusting. I'm sorry. Absolutely disgusting, right? And I had enough of them. I had enough of FSG. They got to go, man. They got to go, right? I'm going to read this coming out. 14th in the league net spend since taken over. Absolutely embarrassing. Net spend. Absolutely ridiculous. 14th. We should be on flipping. The owner should be backing us, and that's why this self-efficient flipping structure is absolutely bullcrap. I'm sorry, I don't know. It don't work in the long term. You have to sell a player. You have to sell a player to buy a player. We did that when we sold Coutinho. Remember that season in January 2018? Absolutely shocking. I'm sorry, man. 2018, we sold Coutinho that season in 2018, right? 2018. it was 140 million pounds, right? 140 million pounds. And guess what? Even though we did had enough money to buy it on Van Dijk and Alisson at the time, but did they really flipping put their hand in the pocket and spend and help Klopp? Even this season, we should have had a defender last summer, just gone. We should have bought a defender when we sold Dejan Lovren. Lovren went to Zenit. We should have flipped. FSG should have backed Klopp and bring in a defender in. Right? Did they flipping put their hand in their pocket and help Klopp? No, they did not. Again, another bad mistake from them. And now we are screwed. Look at the injuries we have now. Van Dijk's out, Matip's out, Gomez out, Fabinho's out. Henderson's going to be out soon if he keep on playing him in that position. I'm sorry, it's a damn disgrace, man. I'm sorry. Absolutely disgrace. Absolutely disgusting. And then January just gone. We needed at least one defender, but Matip's injured, so we really needed two defenders, right? Instead of buying them in the last minute, right? Instead of buying two defenders at the last day of the January transfer window, why not just do it? Why not just flipping implement their idea and flipping and flipping get these defenders in earlier? Why is it that we have to leave it at the last minute? Why we have to leave at the last minute? Kabak should have been here in the 1st of January. It should have been done. But no, they're flipping messing around. I'm sorry, I had enough now. FSG has to flipping go. Right? They got to go now. I'm sick and tired of it, man. They got to go. Right? And I'm not going to criticize. Well, you got to criticize Klopp with his team selection and the players, but I'm more criticizing at the owners. You know why? Because they flipping did not back Klopp, did not back him. They did not back him. I'm sick and tired of it now. Absolutely pathetic. It's a damn joke, man. FSG lacking investment towards the squad play is poor. Our depth is shocking, and that's why the starting 11 always start and can't take a rest. That's what I'm saying. FSG should have sorted this out ages ago. They should have flipping helped Klopp to buy a defender or even two defenders, right? In the 1st of January. Why they have to leave at the last minute? I'm sick and tired of it, man. Why are they so damn cheap? Like they don't wanna splash the cash. Why they don't wanna flipping do that? It's a flipping joke, man. I'm sorry. It's a flipping joke. Right? And this is why anyone says that oh, we shouldn't be really moaning. We should why are we being so miserable? Why are we get mad over this? You don't understand. You lot don't understand why we're angry. We supposed to be the club that should be challenging for the title every flipping season. We should be challenging for the title. We should be back to the Liverpool back in the 70s and the 80s when we were so dominant in these 2 decades. Bill Shankly, absolute don of a manager. Bob Paisley, he won us 3 European Cups. Big up Bob Paisley, man. Big him up, man, for that. Proper manager, real ones, right? And we were so dominant in that era. We were so dominant in the 70s and the 80s. We won title over title, right? And then we haven't recovered since until this season. I mean, last season when we won the league title. And you know why? Even though FSG hasn't been in this club for that long, but you got to blame them as well, right? They're good owners, don't get me wrong. They will be suitable for clubs like Leicester City and all them other clubs. But I'm sorry, this self-efficient model is not working. I'm sorry. We want an owner like the Chelsea owner Ibrahimovic. We need somebody like him that is ruthless, If you're not going to get the job done, you're getting sacked. Obviously, I don't want Klopp to get sacked because he's been our greatest modern manager since Kenny Dalglish, right? But it's just absolutely shocking, man, from them. And they don't want to invest. They don't want to help us. And I'm gonna tell you this. I don't want to start. I don't want to be so. I don't want to be rude in anything. But I'm gonna tell you guys this. Take banter aside. Take banter aside, right? And look at it logically, right? Why is it that the top three biggest clubs in England are struggling, are not in nowhere near their best? They're not the same club. Why is it that the current owners that we have and Manchester United and Arsenal, the three biggest clubs in England, why is it that the three biggest clubs in England haven't been very successful for the last 15 years? Why is it that Chelsea and Manchester City are the main two sides? They are the two sides that have been so good very recently. Why is it that Chelsea are the most successful club in the last 15 years? Why is it that Manchester City are the second most successful club in the last 15 years? Why is that? Why is it that Manchester United and Arsenal struggling? Why is that? You know why that's that? Because these Americans know frig all about football. I'm sorry, these Americans, since these flipping Americans took over our clubs, right? They don't know, football is not their priority. I'm telling you this now. Football is not their priority, right? You got the Glazers, right? Manchester United. You got the Glazers all sucking the club up, in fact, sucking up on Manchester United. Flipping the Glazers. Absolute moron. Even though I can't stand Man United, and I'm happy that they're not very successful, right? But I'm sorry. Like, why is it that they're struggling? Because the Glazers have flipping messed them up. Why is it that's the same with the Stan Kroenkes? Why is it the flipping Kroenke? Why is it that Arsenal haven't been the same since the 90s when they had really good players, man? They had Ian Wright in the 90s. Ian Wright, they had Tony Adams, they had decent players in their squad, right? They had really good players in their squad. Why is it that Arsenal's struggling now? Why is it they haven't recovered since 2004? Why is that? Because these American owners know freak all about football. I'm sorry, and they don't put football as a priority. I'm saying it how it is now. What I'm looking at it, right? Why is it that a Chelsea owner from Russia, why is it that Chelsea been very successful when he took over? Why is that? The guy knows about football. That's why. Any bad results, you get sacked. I mean, they sacked Frank Lampard. They sacked Frank Lampard, a club legend. But you know what? Don't let this blind you. Even if you're a legend, if you're not doing the job, you're getting sacked. And they are so ruthless, Chelsea. And now they got Thomas Tuchel in now, and now they are going back on the top. They're right back in the top four. If they win their game, right, today, they will be above us, and we will end up dropping to fifth, because of this flipping bull crap. And I'm sorry. Why is it that the most successful clubs, Liverpool, Manchester United, and Arsenal, why are they not the same club back in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s? Why are they not the same club? You got to start questioning the flipping the Americans now. You got to start questioning them. Are they going to football is their main priority? Well, they call football soccer. We don't say soccer over here. But flipping hell, man, like, you're owning the club. Why is it? Why they're not flipping helping why they're not helping the clubs, man? FSG, man. I'm just sick and tired of it. Man. Absolutely. They're good owners, don't get me wrong. They saved us from administration. I said this for time. We would have been out of existence without them. Fair enough. But this is just business. What about on the pitch? What about on the pitch? They're not helping us in terms of buying the right type of players and help them financially and help Klopp financially. Why? It's absolutely ridiculous, man. We won the Champions League, then we brought Adrian and Dan Wurtemberg. Successful Liverpool of old would have spent in position strength. FSG wouldn't allow Klopp to spend. Facts. Yes, man. Big up yourself, man. Gary Paul, big up yourself for saying that. It's about time to start exposing these American owners. Not just at Liverpool, but at Manchester United and Arsenal. They're flipping useless, man. I'm sorry. They don't have a flipping clue about football. They don't have a flipping clue. Right? We are struggling this season. All right, the injuries didn't really help us, right? The injuries didn't help us, right? But we should have signed a defender last summer. Instead they didn't back Klopp, and we end up without Lovren, and we end up only have 3 centre backs. Matip and 2 of our main centre backs, by the way, are 2 injury prone. Matip and Gomez. Van Dijk is the only one that is not injury prone. We needed somebody that is not injury prone, and FSG decided not to flip him back Klopp. And that's what I'm saying. And that's why I have a problem with them. I have a problem. Like, FSG, man, I have a problem with them. Because they don't want to back our greatest manager and not in our history, but in the definitely in the Premier League era. Definitely. They don't want to back him. And then listen to this, yeah. Listen to this, guys, right? Can you imagine? I can see Klopp leaving if FSG is going to be treating him like crap in terms of backing that he needs backing, right? If he does go because of FSG, I will never forgive FSG. I will never forgive them. Frig their legacy. I do not care about their saving us from administration. I don't care. If Klopp leaves because these idiots above him don't want to back Klopp and he got tired of them, I'm sorry, I will never forgive FSG. They got to go. They got to go, man. I'm sick of it. They got to go. We wouldn't be out of existence, mate. It will never happen. Liverpool are too big for that, and there is other owners to buy Liverpool FC. FSG like sharks and got Liverpool in it on the cheap. Oh, okay then. It's just I just don't like what the owners are doing to Klopp, man. They are literally disrespecting Jurgen Klopp in terms of the finance, right? Let me tell you guys this, yeah. Even if we did sign Indian, we did sign 2 centre back, Ben Davies. Is Ben Davies a Klopp signing? Is Ben Davies a Klopp signing? If Klopp didn't want him in the first place, then why the flip we buying him then? Why the flip we buying him? But if he is Klopp signing, then fair enough. Fair enough. Is Ben Davies Klopp? Did Klopp wanted Ben Davies? Like, it's just mad. It is crazy, man. And no, I'm sorry. I'm not going to be FSCN. Sorry, no, I'm not going to be FSG. Never. I never will be. And I've said this, and I've been FSG out for years as well. They're not the right owners. They don't have the same ambitions and expectation as fans. We want to see our club back. Go back to the club that we fell in love with. The ones who watched Liverpool in the 70s. There, I wasn't even born, right, back then. But you lot would understand. You lot will understand why we are so damn big, man. We are so damn big. Like we dominated in the 70s and 80s. We were so dominant in that position. All these years, man. Like, we want to go back up there. Look at Manchester City, for example. I'm going to talk about Man City, right? Manchester City, they own it. I can see Manchester City dominate the league for years. I can see it. They already won 4 league titles. Or they already won 4 league titles, I think. They won it in 2000, 2012, 2014, 2017, and 2018. They're going to win another title this season. That's 5 league titles. That's what I want to see our club. I want to see ours be sober. Out like the last decade, right? Manchester City have been the dominant side for the last 10 years. They won 4 league titles. They're gonna win the title. That's going to be the 5th title. They won 4 cups, and they won 2 FA Cups. 2 FA Cups. The only trophy that they haven't won yet is the Champions League. I want us to be like what Manchester City are in terms of domination. We should be dominating the league like what Man City are doing. And you know what? You see, their owners, they are ambitious as well. They will sack managers as well. They will sack managers. They will sack managers. So yeah. But I can't. There's no way they're gonna sack Pep Guardiola. But that's what I'm saying. We need owners to have the right ambitions that can match our expectations, and then we can be that dominant side. If FSG actually fall back club and we had a lot of injuries and we just couldn't make it, fine. I can't really complain. I can't really complain because FSG tried. They tried their hardest to back Klopp, and we just have too many injuries. And I'm just gonna have to accept that we're just unlucky. But I'm still. But he did. That's not the case. They did not back Klopp, and that's why I'm angry at them, man. I'm sorry. It's a joke. I'm not making no excuses, man. I'm sorry. Bruv. What do you make of this fans support FSG and making excuses of them all the time? I'm sorry, but whoever supports FSG by this, I'm sorry, but you're not a real Liverpool fan. You're not a real Liverpool fan. Open your eyes and look at it in reality. Take away the flipping crap on your face, getting blinded all the time because FSG hired Klopp. I am not giving FSG credit. The only time that I'll give them credit is to them to hire Klopp. They hired Klopp. I'm not giving them a lot of credit. I'm giving Michael Edwards credit, a lot more credit, and Jurgen Klopp because they're the one put us back in the top of the table last season, and we won the Champions League year before. So I'm not giving FSG a lot of credit because they hired Klopp, but did they really sort out the mess? Because we were absolutely crap for years. We were surrounded by crap players on the Brendan Rodgers' players, Barini, Balotelli, Ricky Lambert, Benteke, Joe Allen, Lovren, Sacco, Midule. We had crap players. When Klopp inherited a bad squad, man. He inherited a really bad squad. Left with crap. Glenn Johnson still did he still? I think he was there. I think Glenn Johnson, even he was there. We need to get rid of all the deadwood, and Klopp sorted that out. He got rid of the weak mentality players, get rid of them, and then just bring in his own players. And guess what? He won us the Champions League in 2019, and last season he won us the league, and he won us the Super Cup and the Club World Cup. This is the manager we should be backing, and that's why, for me, I should have never said Klopp out. I overreact because of that Man City game. I admit I did overreact. I just couldn't I couldn't believe the performances. But I'm not going to be Klopp out until he does something really bad, like whilst fighting for relegation. If we're in that position next season, with the players that the players that we have, we should not be in that position. Then I'll turn against him. That's the only way. But I'm not going to be Klopp out. It's FSG. They are the flipping problem. They are the problem. And I had enough of FSG. I'm sick and tired of them, man. They got to go. They got to go. I'm sorry. They got to go. Right? And I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood to read. I don't really want to talk about other things. I'm looking at in the bigger picture, right? Look at in reality, right? FSG are not going to help us in the long term. This self-efficient model doesn't work in the long term. Yes, it works in the short term. Don't get me wrong. And that's why we won, and we won the Champions League under that model. Yes. But in the long term, we will never be the Liverpool in the 70s and the 80s. We will never be that club again because the structure is absolutely crap, right? We have to sell a player. We have to sell a player to buy a player. FSG don't dip their hand in their pocket and actually help the flipping manager. It's a damn disgrace what they're doing. It's a disgrace. And I'm exposing them right now. Right? I can't remember the last time we had that many defeats. Like 5 in 6 games we lost. Was it 6 games overall? We lost 5 games in 6. Absolutely dreadful. That is relegation form. And then including and plus that the draws as well. Absolutely shocking. We only won 2 games in 10 games. 2 games, 6 points in flipping 30. 30, no. I think it's 30. I'm just so flipping annoyed, man. Like 6 points. We only collected 6 points in flipping 10 games. It's not good enough, man. I'm sorry, it's not good enough. Or we collected a bit more because we had the draws as well. But it's just 2 wins in 10, and we lost 5 we lost 5 games in that period. Absolutely disgusting, shocking, man. I'm sorry, and it's down to FSG. I'm blaming them. Most of the blame goes to, but don't get me wrong, Klopp deserves a bit of a blame as well for. I mean, the Jota injury. Come on, he don't play him in the most meaningless game. Come on, it's just stupid. And as for the players, certain players need to deserve criticism as well. Like the front three done this season they haven't been good enough. Firmino hasn't been good enough. Firmino, let's be real. Even Salah, even though he scored the most goals, he hasn't been that good either in terms of his general play. Mane hasn't been good as well. But lately, for the last 2 games, it's the defensive side of our game we've been so poor. It's just poor. But it's go back to FSG. Back to FSG. I just had enough of FSG now. I had enough of them. They got to go. They got to go. And for me, we need to protest or boycott against them. Right? Because what they're doing is not acceptable, man. It's not acceptable. I'm sorry. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. We shouldn't be in Chelsea. They're going to win their game, and there's couple of clubs that are in game in hand as well. We could end up finishing 7th for the. We could end up being in 7th place before our next game. That's how bad we are, man. Absolutely shocking, man. But yeah, I explained everything about FSG, and it's not just FSG. It's the flipping Stan Kroenkes as well. Even though I'm not an Arsenal fan, but I do understand their frustration. Stan Kroenke has flipping messed their club up. And the Glazers, they're no good as well. Typical Americans. They know frigo about football. Why is it that Chelsea, a Russian owner, why is it that Chelsea been so successful for the last 15 years and Man City? Why is it that Man City are been doing that well? Why are they in one of the dominant sides for the last 10 years? It's just so obvious, man. So obvious that these Americans don't love football more than us fans. They don't love football. They do not love football, right? And another thing I want to say, if there's any Red Sox fans from baseball fans, right? If there's any Red Sox fan, right? I'll let you guys on. If there's any Red Sox fans, tell me about FSG. Are they treating you lot good or not? Because you know they're also owned the Red Sox as well over there in the American baseball team. But yeah, man, I'm just done. I'm just sick and tired of me talking about them. They don't want to invest. They don't want to help us, right? And we are struggling. And we're struggling. We are struggling, man. We are struggling. Anyway, man, I think I'm done, man. There's nothing else to say about FSG, man. I'm just sick and tired of the same bullcrap. We're supposed to be the club that fights for titles every season, not just win one title and then that's it. It's not good enough. It's not good enough, man. Anyway, that's it, guys. I'm done. I'll see you guys on the next video, and goodbye.